The best shows I've ever saw in my life, I'm going to break them down into three different categories. Basically, the size of the venues, because it's not really fair to obviously compare club shows to arena shows. So let's start at the club level. Late 70s, San Francisco at the old Waldorf. As much as they say, it holds about 600 people, it's kind of one of those clubs that feels more like a couple hundred. Going to see Journey. This was before Steve Perry. Walk in and there's tables right up in front of a stage. So we sit, 12 feet from Inslee Dunbar. First thing I noticed was, first guy that I ever saw with inverted chinas. Second thing was his drum kit was painted with the stars and the moons. And this is way before everybody started doing the painting on the drums and the cool graphics. The third thing that really stuck out to me is that he played the whole set, basically, traditional grip. Now here's a guy, I think he's 6'1", 6'2", he's a big guy, and just tearing it up. The one thing I really got out of that show, besides Neil Sean's big afro and his bell bottoms, was that here was a drummer that was driving the band. He just wasn't sitting back playing tap tap. He was playing melody lines over the top. He was pushing the band. He was playing with the time a little bit, and it really made a big impression on me. Needless to say, one of my favorite bands of all time. Now let's move into that 2,000 to 3,000 seat kind of basketball, high school gym kind of stuff. There's going to be two. The first one, which is really obvious, is Rainbow on the Rainbow Rising Tour with the big Rainbow. San Jose Civic, probably held 2,000 to 3,000, but there's only 400 people there. So it was just people down front. Needless to say, Dio, Blackmore, Cozy Powell with his air conditioner next to him, which I'll never forget. Just unbelievable. Just watching that really opened my eyes about what a rock band really could do. The other one that was in a theater was, a lot of years later. It's when I was in New York, and I think it was out on Port Jeff, and it was Dave Weckl and Steve Smith's band playing together. And Dave had been in the studio, my studio in LA for years, and great guy, and amazing player. I used to just sit by his door, and listen to him play. But his band plays, and it's amazing and it's great and everything. But then when Steve Smith, and I think it was Vital Information, comes out, Steve is literally sitting 8 feet right in front of us because he's off to the side. And needless to say, that was mind-blowing. The hi-hat stuff that he did the whole hi-hat solo thing. And just watching Steve Smith play, like Weckl, was just mind-blowing. So that one always sticks out. Now when we get to arenas and stadiums, I was in San Jose at the time, and I went with my brothers. We left at 4 o'clock in the morning to go to Oakland for the Day on the Green. And what it was called was The British Are Coming. Now, you have to think back. Opening act was Gary Wright. That's when Dreamweaver was hitting. So here's a guy with a hit record. Second band that comes out is Fleetwood Mac, and it's the first White Album when Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks just joined the band. Okay, so there's more hit songs. The third guy, I'm not sure if a lot of you guys ever heard of this guy, but it was, let me think, a guy named Peter Frampton. Okay, this is basically Frampton Comes Alive period, and he was a gigantic superstar, an amazing performer. The fourth act was a guy named Dave Mason, who I've been a huge fan of Dave Mason forever. Great songwriter, great guitar player, great singer, just amazing. And if that wasn't enough, here we are, we're getting to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon and everybody's a little burnt. Fifth act was Robin Trower, and that's when Bridge of Sighs just came out. And needless to say, song to song, just unbelievable. So here I am with my brothers, Oakland Coliseum, 5 acts, everybody playing hit songs. It's definitely something that I'll never forget.